Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. I said, man, bro was shake, rattling, and rolling in the library, bro. He was like, what? I said, man, listen. I knew my man wasn't gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, that's my word. I was like, I know, bro. I know, bro. I know him. He was like, for real, man. I was like, bro, listen. I'm not saying you can't shake, rattle, and roll and still be in the blue team. Like, I ain't knocking it. But all I know, this is for a fact. They caught him in the library, pants down his ankle game, shake, rattling, and rolling. Man, I was like, man, stop playing. I was like, man, that's my good word. I was like, that's my word on everything. I was like, don't say nothing, though. He was like, no, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm like, that junk crazy. He was like, it is crazy because you see what they do. He was like, man, and that's why I told y'all that in the beginning, because my man said it. He was like, yo, they come up here and, you know, they start over when they get to a spot like Lawrenceville. You can just change your life. And you think none of your baggage from back in the day ain't gonna follow you, man. Like, and that's what dudes get messed up. Now, I'm not there to expose him. I didn't come to Lawrenceville to do no exposing. You know how many dudes that I ran across that I could have exposed? A lot. But that wasn't what my main target was. That's not what I was trying to do. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out on Lawrenceville. I'm still trying to see, you know what I mean, what's going on. I just got on the camp. So put that to the back of my mind for a second. I ain't even trying to think about that junk no more. You know what I mean? So we go outside. I see the type of power that bro have. You know what I mean? If I said his set wrong, he might have been not in that set, because I think that set I named is kind of like not the same as the blue team. So he was part of the blue team. So I probably said his set wrong if I did. Pardon me on that, man. But he was definitely with the blue team. So I see him outside. He got the blue team. He got the blue team doing what he's supposed to do. They working out. Like, he was kind of like, he straight transformed himself into like a real, like a OG dude, like a young OG kind of, because like, we pumping like early 30s. He probably had me by a year or so. So he probably was already 30, 32. Because like I told y'all, he was in prison before us. So he probably was already like 30, 32. I'm probably like 20, 27, 26 around this time. One of those ages, I can't remember. But like, he got them dudes rolling right. He got them doing everything they supposed to do. And I ain't even really tripping. Like, I ain't in his way. I ain't saying nothing to bro, because I already knew the count. I'm not, like I told you, I wasn't there to try to put bro on blast. That's not what I'm trying to do. So I just was playing my position. Like, I see him, we'll talk, you know what I mean? We'll do this, we'll do that. So this would have made it crazy right here, because it was another dude that came up there, man, from Norfolk. Now, I'm not gonna say his name either, man. We just gonna call him Cuz. Now, Cuz, when he got to Lawrenceville, he was kind of like a dude that, you know, he had like a decent position in that stuff too, like from the street of Norfolk. You know what I mean? So like, now he's on Lawrenceville, and like, for real, he one of them dudes that like, it don't matter. Like, he ain't gonna take no orders from just anybody. And I wasn't in any business to know this, but bro from the town. So like, you know, Hot Rod telling me, Hot Rod, I rocked with him hard. Rest in peace to bro, man. But, you know, bro had rocked with him hard before he went home. So when he got out there, it was like, you know what I mean? Bro was trying to figure out everything out, what was going on. He met the dude, Locke, you know what I mean? And they kind of, they was cool. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you know, it's power. It's a power struggle always when it comes to those members, man, in that prison. Like, it's always a power struggle, man. It's always the little fishes, big fishes trying to eat little fish, vice versa. Like, it just go down like that in there, man. So like, bro, Cuz from Norfolk, like, he wasn't one of those dudes that like, you know what I mean? Like kind of tolerate nothing, because I guess from what I was told, the blue team in Norfolk, like, they used to have to go through a lot too, because it was a lot of, you know what I mean, red team members, man. So like, the odds was always stacked against him. So by the time Cuz got to Lawrenceville, like, his whole attitude was like, he really didn't like the red team members, man. So I can remember when he first got up there, he's in 40 building, and he's in the same pod as the dude, like the dude Locke. He get up there, man. Like, when I see him, you know what I mean? I'm like, that joke crazy. Like, I already heard about him. So dudes introduced me to him because my man knew him. So me and him, I got all right. But at the same time, I could tell Cuz was a live wire. Cuz was kind of big, brown skinned dude. He probably was about 31. He done got hit before, you know what I mean? Like, he done been through it all on the street. So like now, like, this is nothing to him. This is Candyland. He trying to figure the joint out. Now, the whole time he trying to figure it out, you can tell that the dude Locke probably getting a little uncomfortable. And the only reason I say that is because when I used to see them in the chow hall or outside, it was like I looked up and I seen my homeboy Cuz doing majority of the talking now in their meetings. Like when they all used to sit on the right side of the chow hall, the red team would sit on the left side of the chow hall when you exit at. When you come in at, that's where the blue team be at. When you exit at, that's where the red team be at. So like they will all be at the table and bro will be at that last table. He'll be sitting back there and he'll just be, you know what I mean? He'll just be giving the word or whatever the word is. He talking to them niggas and he talked to all the young boys. He talked to all the blue team members and they talking and you'll see that he was more vocal than Locke was. Now, Locke had those dudes' attention, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, y'all already know what rules the world, man. The sack game, man. So I gave it about 2 weeks of him like just putting his flag down of what he is and what he represent and what he do. This man, Cuz, came back. He went to the VI. Cuz came back with that package. This is my word. And when he got that package, man, I promise you, man, this man came. He was one of the first dudes I seen do this. Man, this man, Cuz, went to the VI and came back with an ounce of outer pay game. Y'all, so boom. Y'all know how much that is, man. That man had a whole zipperooski of that pay, man. I promise you, man. When he had that jump, everybody was like, yo, it was dudes in the pod. It was dudes in 40 building. It was dudes that you never seen before. It was dudes you would never least expect. Everybody was in there getting funky, man. Everybody except me and my homeboys. I never dealt with that stuff. I don't get jiggy with that, man. But bro had so much. I promise you, man. The whole blue team was turned up. All of them was walking around like that jump had all of them angry. That jump made them angry. What up, Cobb? Hey, Cobb. Everybody walking around. Hey, Cobb. Hey, Cobb. I was like, man, this junk crazy, man. I'm just looking at all these dudes. The whole pod turned up off the white. You know what I mean? So, bro in there getting to the bag next door. Bro getting to that bag, man. So you already know getting to the bag, like, that kind of going to bring more members to his side. Not saying he's going to take over, but it's going to bring more members to his side, man, because the sack always rules, man. So, you know, him getting the package was something that, you know, whatchamacallit could never do. You know what I mean? So, like, it's getting around the time with me now that I want to kind of make a move and move out the room with my roommate. You know what I mean? So I can remember my roommate coming back to tell me, man, he was like, yeah, look, man. He was like, look, I think your man, Cuz, he was talking about Cuz. He was like, I think your man and your other homeboy, he talking about Locke. I mean, Locker, that's his new name. He was like, I think they about to fight, bro. We was like, man, look, my homies was all out there. They was like, they got loud last night. And they were beefing since last night. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man. I'm like, for real, for what? He was like, man, who gonna be the big homie of they set? So I'm like, this is crazy, man. So I'm not in that stuff. So that's what it is. You know what I mean? So I guess they didn't fight. I guess nothing happened. I guess they was able to resolve whatever was going on, but they didn't fight, man. I promise you, man. So that's when I seen Cuz. Since that incident right there, the next time I seen Cuz, you know what I mean? I brought a plate to him and I told him, I was like, yo, look, it's a dude I go to school with that's in 80 building. I was like, look, he trying to spend 250. You know what I mean? I was like, he trying to get a gram, bro. I was like, for real, what you sell a whole gram for? He was like, for you? He was like, bro, I'll sell it to you for 150. You know what I mean? So he gave me a deal on that. I was able to get some points off on the play that I made the middleman on. So I hollered at him with that. When I brought the money to him, me and him kicked it. You know what I mean? I shot over in their pod. Bro had the phone. Bro already got it. Cuz already on deck. Bro got the phone. Bro had a whole zipper powder game, y'all. That's all. I don't even want to count how much money that is, man. But like, he already got him a jack. You know what I mean? He was in there, he was putting the joint together. And I asked him like, yo, bro, everything good over here? He was like, man, damn, man. He was like, you know that? I was like, oh yeah. I was on Sussex too, bro. He was like, what's up with you? I was like, I mean, he was all right, man. I said that, and like, even the way I said he was all right, like, if bro was like messing with the numbers and the phone and like me and him talking. But if he would have been paying me real attention, he would have saw that I kind of didn't want to answer that question, and it was a little shaky to what I said slightly. Like, he was like, what's up with him, bro? I was like, I mean, he all right, you know what I mean? He was like, So he just kept moving. I was like, and I told myself, like, no, it ain't no need for you to get into this. And it wasn't. You know what I mean? As much as like me and Cuz, all right, you know what I mean? But still though, like, this was in my fight. I didn't have a dog in this fight to pick to win. I didn't have nobody, even though I rock with Cuz, he from the town, but still though, like, this is members associated type of beef, y'all. I have nothing to do with it, y'all. So boom, I stayed out of it, man. So next thing you know, I come out of bro cell. When I come out of bro cell, everybody know I 229 over there. Or people that know me knew I was in the cell. So when I come out, I can't get out the door. So cuz came out. He see one of his homies outside, in the silent port. So he runs to the door. He like, hey, get the button open. He trying to get me out. When I look back, down to this way I looked, I seen the dude lock. He was standing on the wall like, he was just looking at me. He was like, and I slid, I dipped out. I come out. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, I go to child. I look up as I'm walking. I see a dude. I'm about to leave out. I'm coming out my pod. I'm a little, not too late, but I'm still going to eat. As I'm about to slide and look, I see a dude holding the door in 42. He's like, hey, T White. I'm like, what's up? And I look, it's bro. I'm like, what's up? He's like, come here. I'm like, what's up? Come here, bro. I'm like, bro, you can get me back. He's like, I'll get you back out. So I walk in the joint. Like, what's up? He's like, come. They pod. It was super long. We walk. He's like, walk me in my cell. We walk in his cell. His cell way down. You know, they pod is longer than any other pod. So we get to his cell finally. So I stop at the door. I thought about it. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, nah, ain't nothing like that. I'm like, what's up? He's like, come in. I'm like, what's up, man? He was like, hey, look, it's my word, man. Like, for real, bro. Like I'm trying to keep this under the radar. Because a lot of the dudes, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got their own situation going on. And I don't trust everybody, T White, man. But like, you somebody that I know, you know what I mean? That you probably can do this. He was like, you know how to sell some stuff? I was like, sell what? He was like, pull this box out. He was like, you know how to sell some tobacco? I was like, can a black man dance also? Boom. I wanted to say, bro, what kind of question is that? I am the la-la. I ain't say that though, bro. I'm like, yo. I'm like, bro, where you get all that from? He was like, man, look, I can get on whatever I want, bro. He was like, I'm trying to last. You ain't seen how sweet this camp is? He said, this ain't nothing like sus. I said, man, I'm just getting up here. I said, but I see this junk sweet. He like, man, listen, anything I done in the past, that was my past. He was like, man, please, I'm asking you, please. So that's right then and there. That's when I saw that. I see why I'm in the cell now. Now I see. He was like, man, look, whatever was in the past is in the past, man. Like, all I'm saying is, man, please, like, I done built something. Like, don't let him manipulate what I done built. I'll look out for you too. He looked out for you. Did he give you anything? I'm like, nah, he ain't give me nothing. He was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. He from Norfolk. Ain't he from Norfolk? He ain't give you nothing. I'm like, nah, he ain't give me nothing. I ain't even tell him I just made the middleman play game. So he did look out, you know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, he ain't give me nothing. So he like, see, that's what I'm talking about. He like, look, I'm gonna give you something. He said, but look, this what I'm saying though. Man, you gotta keep that, man. Like, look, it ain't nobody up here. Nobody that know that stuff. I think it's a dude on the other side of y'all, the old dude that was in 2C with us. Other than that, you the only one. He was like, man, look, if they find that joint out, man, he was like, look, man, that's all I got, T White, man. Like, don't do it to me, man. I was like, don't do what to you, bro? Like, I was kind of like shocked that he would even think that I would move like that. You know what I mean? Like, I know y'all done heard the stories and y'all know I'm petty when I want to be. But like, if it ain't profitable, then it don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I know that sound petty, but it's the truth. Like, nah, that's not what I do. That's not what I do. I just don't randomly do that stuff, man. So I'm like, yo, bro, listen. I told him straight up like this, yo. I said, man, listen, bro. I said, I just ain't on no just running telling people business like that, bro. I said, man, listen, man. I said, bro, what's in the closet always come to light. That's what I am going to tell you. I said, but at the same time, though, bro, you ain't got to worry about me, man. He was like, well, look, I'm trying to make sure I don't worry about you. I was like, what you mean you trying to make sure you don't got to worry about me? I kind of got serious with him. He like, nah, ain't nothing like that. He was like, look. He said, man, you and your homeboy, y'all go ahead and pump this joint. I know you're going to look out for him. He said, man, look, just give me half of the money. He said, anytime you got some money that you need to get the numbers clean, just bring them to me. He said, call any one of my homies to the top door. They'll bring it. They'll come get the numbers from you and let you know everything's straight. He said, but look, all you got to do is just get rid of this junk from him. So I'm standing there looking at this bag, which probably was like a half a bag. But still, it's a lot of tobacco. Y'all know ain't no more tobacco in penitentiary. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. I'm like, yo, man. I'm like, what I'm gonna do, man? I was like, this junk, wow. I was like, man, well, look, all right, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I said, man, listen, you know, I've been trying to find my way. I've been trying to find my way on this camp. I just got here. I said, you know, my roommate, he said, oh yeah, you in the cell. What's up? He called my roommate name. He was like, yeah, you in the cell. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, his niggas be touching too. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, but you know, I ain't with them though. He was like, he tried to bring you home. I was like, yeah, I ain't. I'm about to move for real. I ain't with that. He was like, well, look though, won't you come for the blue? He was like, you come home under me. I was like, yeah. Won't you come for the blue? Nigga leg, his foot was pointing at me. Like, I don't know how we started talking, and he was sideways like this, and his left foot was pointing at me. He was like, yeah, like, won't you come fuck with the blue? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, bro, join being a member. I was like, bro, that's not for me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, bro, I could have been a member on Susses, bro. Like, he was like, I was shocked when you came in through the door and I see you weren't part of the red team. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I clapped all of that stuff, bro. I'm like, I'm me, bro. I'm myself, bro. I'm my own leader, bro. I call my own shots. I was like, bro, I don't move by somebody else's beat, bro. Like, I move when I want to move, period, man. You know what I mean? He was like, I respect that. He was like, but look, dude, this is what I'm saying, though. He was like, man, like, sometimes I'll just be getting this. I'll get something. I said, can you get some la-la? He was like, I can get some la-la. He was like, I can get some la-la. Not a la-la-la-la, though. You know what I mean? Not a la-la-la-la. When you trying to get some la-la, I said, bro, you get some la-la, bro. We solid, bro. Like, I went on it. I like, let's talk then. Let's negotiate then. Like, y'all, like, he came with this to me. Y'all can't be mad at me. He came at me with this, man. Like, this is what he propositioned of paying me and stuff. Like, I didn't come like this. I just got on the camp and I'm trying to find my way, y'all. That's it. So, boom. I ain't trying to do nothing else, man. So I'm like, yo, bro, listen, bro. You can get some la-la, bro. We solid, bro. Like, we solid, bro. He ain't gotta worry about me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Look at him in his eyeball and everything. Pause. Like, bro, you ain't gotta worry about me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he started talking that la-la. He was like, all right. He was like, all right, let's do that first, though. Do that first. I was like, so look, we split this. He was like, look, holler at your homeboy. You don't know what to do with it. So I dip. I go back to the pod. Straight up steps. I do the sack run, y'all. Y'all gonna count. I get up them steps fast. I get up the steps, hit the corner. My man said it was right by the laundry joint. I go to his jump. He like, yo. I open the door. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, what's good? I was like, look at this, bro. He was like, what? Look at my pants. I'm like, psh. I pull out that bag. I was like, look at this. He was like, what is some hay? I was like, yeah, bro. He was like, where you get all that from? I was like, man, now I'm stuck in a position. But my man already know the count anyway. I said, bro, say word, bro. I said, I go over there to make a play with Cuz. And I said, man, after I leave Cuz sale, I said, bro seen me. We was about to go eat, bro. I said, bro called me in his joint. You know what I mean? He was like, why you do that? I was like, Cuz, man, I don't know. I was like, then he threw me this. He was like, why he throw you that? I said, man, he told me you don't know what to do with it. I said, you know, I'm just getting up here. So he told me you don't know what to do with it. He said, he told you I don't know what to do with it. Why the hell he tell you that, Weez? I was like, bro, I don't know, but I'm trying to sell this joint. He said, we can gap it. So he said, he just gave you some free tobacco and told, like, he wants you to get it half off it. I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm going to gap my half with you. I said, bro, what's up? He was like, what the hell going on, Weezy? I was like, man, listen, man. I said, look, in a nutshell, bro, pause. I didn't say pause, but I'm like, bro, look at a nutshell. I said, man, bro, trying to pay me off for my silence, y'all. So boom. He was like, oh, so this what this for? He trying to pay you for you don't gotta tell who, Cuz. I was like, yeah. He was like, oh yeah, they beefing on the low. I said, yeah. He was like, man, you know what I mean? Like, yo, just make sure. I was like, for real, I wasn't never gonna intend to do that. I said, I told you. I said, but I never was intending to just, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta, like, you know what I mean? Be in the middle of some dudes and members like, yeah, man, this is what he does, man. Like, that's not what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So I was like, he really didn't have to worry about nothing. He didn't have nothing to worry about with me. He was like, man, this joke crazy, man. So next thing you know, I look up. I see Cuz coming out of pod. I thought he was looking for me, so I ducked back in my homeboy cell. So I look, he come in the pod. He walked straight in the joint. He walked to the back, man. Where this quick dude was at, man. I promise you, man. He walked straight to the black with his blue team. Remember slap at? He went in that joint. He was like, where my money at? Where my money at? I look, he had two little homies with him. He was like, where my money at? That's why, where my money at? Dude was like, yo, look, on everything on blue team, I'ma have your money. You ain't gotta keep hollering at me about your money. On everything, I'ma have your money. I'ma have your money on blue team. On blue, he was like, man, look, it already been a week and you ain't got my money yet. He was like, everybody already say you don't supposed to be down with the team anyway. And you messing money up. Dude was like, so the dude he talking to, like, I never really recognized this dude, but I knew he was with the blue team, you know what I mean? So he talking to like a slim dude. I told y'all, Cuz kind of decent dude. Man, it's my word. They in that jump. All you hear is, yeah, I'm a. You seen his homies, the two dudes that he came with, they got closer to the door. They was like, then you see some other dudes coming up like dudes looking like, ain't nobody coming to this door. And all you heard, you gonna get my money. I was like, that jump was sounding surgical. He was like some good punches was coming off. I'm looking like, oh, crazy. So he beat the hell out the dude. He pound dude brains out. So goddamn, he step out the joint. He step out the joint. Then I come out. And I'm coming down the steps. I'm like, so I'm looking at the joint because they was downstairs kind of like on the side in the corner fight in the cell. So I come down the steps. I'm like, I'm looking. He walked out like this. I promise you, cuz walked out like this. That nigga swoop footed this bitch. That nigga was like, that nigga walked out like he just kicked somebody's ass, y'all. So boom. I promise you, that nigga came out and was like, hey, what you say? Hey, what you say? Come in right quick. I'm like, what's up? He was like, hey, look, you got some of that goddamn Hank that nigga got? I was like, yeah, I got a little bit. Well, what's up? He was like, cause that nigga over there talking about how nigga can't buy nothing. I buy what I want, nigga, I'm full up. He was like, sell me some of that. I'm like, man, I got you. So he was like, what's up? So I was like, it's my man sale. So I was like, come back. So I know he know bro. So I'm like, come upstairs. He like, all right, so he follow me up the steps. We go up the steps. He come behind me. We get in the jump. He's super pumped up. He just beat a nigga ass. He was like, hurry up, bro, cause I had to get out of here. He walking, bro said, bro was like, man, what the fuck you down there doing? He was like, man, shit. I had to demonstrate on a nigga, man. Nigga faking, man. Nigga faking on the blue. Fuck that shit, ain't your bread. That nigga out. Fuck that shit. I'm knocking niggas out. If you don't supposed to be in this shit, you soft and you pussy, get the fuck off my team. That's how I go. So bro saying this is what he doing. So I get the junk ready for him. I'm like, what you trying to get? He like, look, bro, I'm trying to spend $50. I'm like, all right, what's up, bro? I'm gonna give you the junk. I was like, man, let's give me the numbers. He was like, I'm gonna give it to you, bro. I'm gonna give it to you, man. He was like, look, give me some time though, man. He was like, you know I just beat dudes. Give me some time. I was like, all right, I got you. Man, I mean, so he slide. So I give him the 50 sack. He dip out. So goddamn, a little bit later, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Goddamn, chilling in the pod. Hearing nigga at the top door, all I hear is, hey, where's that? I hear somebody keep screaming, and I'm like, so I was sitting out in the pod, and I just hear my name. So the dude in the laundry joint, he walked to the joint, he like, who you looking for? He was like, hey, Weezy. He turned around, you know, dudes, a lot of dudes knew me, but a lot of dudes didn't because I just got in the pod. He was like, Weezy. Weezy. I was like, yo, he was like, somebody wants you at the top door. All right, so I go up the steps. Get up the steps. Walk all the way down to the door. I'm like, yo. Dude was like, yo, this baby blue. He called out his nickname, which was like a blue crip nickname. He was like, yo, this baby blue. He was like, yeah, look, Locker told me to holler at you to see if you got his money yet. I'm like, what? He was like, he told me to check to see if you had his money yet. I'm like, bro, listen, man, tell him holler at me, bro. Like for real, I didn't even like how that question even sounded. Like, you know what I mean, bro? Like, you just gave me the joint a day ago. You know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't even like how that question was coming off, y'all. So boom, it's getting me angry now on the low. But let me keep my composure though. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, but tell Locker. I said it just like that. Tell Locker. I say, come holler at me himself, man. Yeah. He was like, all right, cuz. And dipped off. I'm like, I walk away from the door. My homeboy cell right there though. I'm like, hey, bro. This same word, dude. This same one his homies at me talk about, do I got his bread yet? I'm like, what's wrong with this dude, man? I'm like, man, he was like, he just gave you the joint. I ain't even go outside. Man, see, man, these dudes lame. So I'm like, what's wrong with bro, man? I'm like, man, I'm gonna holler at him when we go eat, man. He wildin', man. You know what I mean? Dude tripping. So we go eat. We in the chow hall. So when I get in the chow hall, they part already in there. So I see him super deep over there with his niggas. And I see cuz a little bit up further with his niggas. So I walk up, I see him, he see me, he like, hey, I gotta holler at you. Like in front of his whole crew type shit. Like as soon as I walk in, me and bro walking in, we like, they all sitting like right there. He like, he see me, like he was waiting for me too. He like, hey, I gotta holler at you. I was like, oh, all right. So we went and got my tray. I hope people think I'm not going over in Blue Town. Like I didn't sit over there. I wasn't part of the red team, but I just didn't sit over there. It was just too many blue team. It was by the police. I didn't sit over there. You know what I mean? So I look at him, I go sit down by the red team. I'm like, yeah. Sit my tray down. I'm like, start eating my beef around him. I'm like, cornbread game. Like, yeah. He finally pull up. He was like, he looked like he was a foreigner over there. He pull up. He was like, you about to leave? I was like, yeah, hold on. I scraped a little bit more. I was like, man, I'm out, man. Bro, I was like, bro, I'm good. So I started walking back. So I look, his niggas was already outside waiting on him. You know what I mean? So we get out, we walk. He like, hey, look, you ain't got the money yet. I'm like, bro, listen, you just gave me the shit yesterday, bro. Day before, y'all like, what the fuck going on, bro? He was like, man, look, well, how the hell goddamn cuz got tobacco? I was like, how he got tobacco? He was like, yeah, was you the one that gave it to him? I was like, bro, he bought some tobacco, bro. He was like, well, where the money at? I was like, well, where the money at? I said, bro, listen, first of all, you need to calm your ass down. So when I say that, I see his homie, one of the homies that was with him look back like, what? He gave me a word and they gave me a look like, what? He didn't say it. He like, he turned around on some cool creep shit. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, you need to calm your ass down, bro. Like, real shit, bro. So we walking, we getting closer to the building. So we getting close to the building. I'm Dolo. It's 5 of them and me. You know what I mean? So we walking. He like, I need to calm down. You got my stuff. You got my stuff. I gave you something to make an opportunity. I gave you to put some money in your pocket. I said, hold on right there, bro. He said, hold on, what? We stopped. His homie stopped. I said, nigga, you was paying me for silence, nigga. So boom. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? He was like, I said, man, leave me the fuck alone, bro. I walked in the building. Nigga was stuck. His homie was like, he grabbed his homie. He was like, I didn't even look back, but I could hear somebody probably coming behind me. The next thing you know, I guess the nigga stopped him. I get to the jump. I get to my door. I'm like, goddamn door, man. I go on the jump. You know what I mean? I wait for my homeboy to come back. My homeboy come back. I'm like, yo, let's say where this nigga pull up on me talking about I did this and I supposed to have this money and how cuz got tobacco and all this other lame shit, nigga. He trying to, like, he's sunning me in front of his crew. I said, man, I told that nigga in his face, nigga, you paying me for silence, nigga. Hell is wrong with you, nigga? God damn it, you fucking with the right one now. That's what you got, nigga. You got me all the way fucked up, nigga. So I'm like, man, so my homeboy was like, man, that nigga a bitch for real, man. You like, man, fuck that nigga, man. He was like, that nigga, how the fuck he gonna give you something? He get mad about who you selling it to. So as he's saying that, I look up, cuz, coming up, cuz, like, yo, here, bro. He pull up on me, he give me the $50. He like, yo, what's up, you good? I'm like, man, yeah, I'm like, he like, nah, what's up? What's up, bro? I'm like, shh. I was like, man, look, come to there, bro. I had enough of this shit, y'all. So, boom. He said, bro, I'm gonna be over there in about 20 minutes, bro. Give me 20 minutes and I'm gonna shoot over there. I'm like, all right, bet. So we go in Ty say, I'm like, yo, bro. I was like, man, for real, bro. I was like, man, I know I just got up here, bro. And I don't want no problems, bro, especially with the blue team. I was like, bro, but I'm bucking, bro. He was like, what? I was like, bro, I'm bucking. Who the fuck? I was like, who the fuck is this fuck boy talking to, bro? I said, man, he wilding. He got me all the way mixed up. I said, I gotta set an example. I said, I ain't gonna have niggas thinking they can just scream on me in front of niggas. So bro was like, shit, let's fuck him up. I said, that's a bet. I said, but first, I'm telling that nigga I'm keeping all that goddamn tobacco first. I said, but look though, I said, bro about to come over here. I said, goddamn, like he seen me. I said, bro seen that, like how shit was going down. I said, bro, I'm just gonna take bro out the dock of what's going on. My homeboy was like, fuck that nigga wanna play like that, nigga. We play dirtier, nigga. I was like, man, fuck that nigga, man. That's what I gotta do. You wanna play, I can play rougher, y'all. So boom. I ain't give a fuck. Next thing you know, cuz had one of them hard knocks. He come up there, I look, he was like, hey, look, my homie. I was like, nah, let him stay out there. His homie was like, no, y'all good. He just stayed on the railing. He come in, we throw the cut up. They was like, what's up? I was like, yo, look, bro. I said, man, listen, I don't know if you like up for being a leader or none of this shit. I was like, but you know, I fuck with you. I said, dude just played himself though, man. I said, look, that tobacco, bro. I said, that was his shit. I said, for real, bro only gave me that shit because he ain't want me really to tell his secret though, like for real, man. He was like, what's his secret? I said, his secret is he was fucking with them boys. He was like, what? I said, yeah, on Sussex too. I said, bro, anybody that was up there that know that nigga got knocked off in the library game with his pants down to his ankle game. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, man, listen. I said, for real, I'm gonna be honest with you, cuz. I said, I wasn't even gonna expose the nigga, even with me fucking with you. I said, but when I sold you the tobacco, bro gave me the tobacco basically for me to just like kind of like not say nothing. I wasn't gonna say nothing anyway. I said, but when I gave you the tobacco, I said, that nigga got mad. I said, he must have found out you had tobacco over there. You know what I mean? Because he was the only one with it. I said, so when you had it, he get mad and act like he want his money and all that. Like, he tried to carry me. He was like, for real, that sound like some old shit a fuck nigga do. He was like, I already knew it though. He was like, yeah, good little weed. All right. I was like, what's up, Eric? He was like, yeah, you good. Don't worry about shit. Don't worry about shit. I'm like, that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? So I went outside. They call outside rec. I go outside. I ain't even gonna lie, yo. I went outside. Goddamn, next thing you know, you can hear them calling the code on all the buildings over the loudspeaker. Man, I promise you, they calling the code over the loudspeaker, man. You just seen all the damn police is running the goddamn 40 building. You seen all the niggas running the 40 building, man. They ran in that bitch. Man, they was in that bitch probably for about 15 minutes. Everybody on the yard like, yo, I know what's going on. Like, a couple people know what's going on. I'm looking, I'm like, damn, this shit crazy as a bitch. Niggas running that motherfucker. Man, this is my word, running that bitch, man. First thing you seen goddamn the nigga Lock, his homeboy, man. He come out handcuffed, going down the boulevard. He like, then you look, you seen the tough ass white boy that they had on their squad. He coming out handcuffed. Then you seen goddamn Cuz homeboy coming out handcuffed. You know what I mean? Then you seen Cuz coming out. Cuz was like, when he came out, he seen me. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. Mopped his ass out. He was like, yeah, his ass ain't low no more. Yeah, that nigga ain't low no more. That nigga couldn't even lie about that shit. Yeah, he couldn't even lie. He was like, they was like, come on. He was like, he couldn't even lie about that shit. They walked his ass down the jump. I'm like, oh shit. Looked up. They bringing goddamn Lock out the jump. Look, come out the jump. And it was like, that nigga shit was bleeding over here. Shit was fucked up, puffy. He came out. He had to slay on the Jeep like this. He was like, he wasn't even looking at the yard. He was like, the yard is right there. We right there. He like, he looked up, he was like, come on, walk this way. He was like, he saw my ass, he was like, I didn't even want to read his brain, because I already knew what the fuck he was thinking. He was like, yeah, that nigga Weezy. Fuck yeah, nigga. Like, damn it, nigga, you ain't play fair, bro. Like, that ain't how you pay for silence, bro. You don't even know how to do it right, bro. You was wildin', bro. I don't perform well off pressure, bro, so fuck you. So he walked by looking at me, and I'm looking at him. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, yeah, checkmate, nigga. Fuck wrong with you. Like, I told y'all, man, like, I'm not proud of my petty moments, but I'm proud of being able to make these decisions, and I survived to be able to talk about these moments, man. Like, I did what I had to do to survive. Like, bro, he was wild, and that was gonna be a situation we was gonna bump heads anyway. So why not let them bump heads, man? So I did 6 birds with 1 stone. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that, you know what I mean, Cousin them was gonna wild out like that, but of course, Lock and them weren't gonna go out like that. So it turned out to just be a big fight. So they took them niggas. So I got the word from my roommate. I told y'all my roommate was one of the top red team members. He was like, yeah, he was like, yo, he was like, man, nigga, Cuz fuck dude up. He said, man, they had that nigga in there talking about the nigga fuck with boys on Susses. He was like, the nigga couldn't even lie. He said, the nigga just didn't have no answer. He was like, niggas heard him. Like, niggas were screaming on him. That nigga didn't have no answer, man. I said, man, that nigga definitely was fucking with them boys, man. He was like, he was. I was like, that nigga definitely was fucking with them boys. My roommate didn't even know that I was the one that really kind of like, you know what I mean? Not really instigated that shit, man, but I just handled it in the way I had to handle it. I don't even know what kind of way I handled it, y'all. I just made a executive decision. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest with y'all, man. Like, I'm not perfect in none of my stories, but all them niggas got transferred, man. It was every time there's a big fight amongst the members, they get rid of them, man. You mess up on Lawrenceville, so all of them got transferred. Cuz, his homeboys, Locker, all of them, man. I don't know what happened to Locker. I don't know if he continued repping the blue, but the word was out, man. That man got caught in the library with his pants to his ankle game, man. The word was out about it, man. And I continued on doing my bid on Lawrenceville, man. And that's just how that went, y'all. And that was a crazy situation, but that was the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Please stay out the way so you can live your life with your family. That's it. But y'all already know the count, man. This was the Tuesday banger game. So I need y'all to do it this one. Like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But y'all be safe, man. And stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.